Hello everyone, my name is Megan and welcome back. Now to the title of today's video. This is going to be my second update for my 2025 pan that palette. So this year's palette I am choosing to try to pan, so that is, make the pan visible in all, in this case I think 14 shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and all 12 shades is the Urban Decay Naked Original palette. And when I say original palette, I mean I bought this bad boy in like 2013. So it's like the original Naked palette. But yes, I do have some updates to share with y'all, and so with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump straight on in. So as you should be able to tell, between this month and last month, I do have some progress made. I don't know if we can quite see all of it at this point in time, but let's just give it a second to try to focus up. Hey Milo, I need you to stop clawing the shit out of my leg. Thank you, sweet boy. But yes, so this is what we're looking like. I have definitely, I think, expanded the pan over here in Virgin, and I do have a baby pan in Naked, which I'm sure you'll be able to see as we zoom in going forward. So, just to talk about usage, I will say I did have a goal for this month to use every single shade at least 6 times, and to use Smog as my focus shade at least 15 times. I was close, I would say, but I did not actually hit those goals, and we can talk about that in a little bit as well. So starting off, we have Virgin. Virgin is like the perfect inner corner highlight, sort of a deal shade. It is a light pink tone, and Virgin I did have pan on last month, so this month, like I said, I think was really just expanding the pan. I'll be interested to see back in editing when I have both, of the pictures next to each other, what that actually looks like, but you guys should be able to see that over here. I did use it 36 times coming into this month, with an additional 16 uses this past month, bringing me to a total of 52 uses so far in the year. I will say as well, I may have mentioned it in my last update, but February was really not a month of wearing makeup for me. I just was really busy, and so I didn't put on a lot of makeup, and I do think that that is definitely reflected here. Can we please stop? My cat is being a psychopath right here. So that's what's happening today. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't get the most amount of usage this past month, but it is what it is. So again, stop. You need to stop. You act like I abuse you, and I don't. I really don't. I snuggle you all the time, but you're acting like you've never known affection a day in your life. Sorry. It's Milo, for anybody wondering, although I'm sure you guys probably could have guessed that it would be Milo and not Poke. So here he is, just, living his best life, I guess. But here we are. Okay. So anyway, back into this. So Virgin has a total of 52 uses, again, just expanding the pan this past month, which has been really exciting. Next, that is Sin, and Sin had 12 uses this month, okay, I'm gonna say this month, but I obviously do these updates the third week of every month, so this month is 2 weeks of February, and then the first 2 weeks of March. So that's just kind of what I'm rolling with. But we had 12 uses this past, month. And we had 12 uses rolling into this month, bringing me to a total of 24 uses for Sin. I can notice some slight differences in person, I think, but I don't know that you'll be able to see that in the photos. So it is what it is. But then we have, yep, are you going to climb up? You're going to climb up on my shoulder? No, you're not going to. Okay, well, it's really up to you, I guess. Then we have Naked, which is where my new pan is. It's definitely a baby pan, but a pan nonetheless. So Naked had an additional 14 uses this month, bringing me to a total of 45 uses. And again, I hit pan maybe 5 or 6 uses ago. So, throughout the year, I'm sure I will expand on that. But for right now, I'm not really going to worry about it as much. And I'm going to, shift my focus over to the other matte shade in the palette to see if we can get some usage there. Then there's Sidecar. And Sidecar, I can definitely see a difference in, so I'm hoping that y'all can as well. But I've used Sidecar an additional 10 times this month, bringing me to a total of 41 uses on the project. I definitely have a ways to go before we end up hitting pan on that one. I can just tell. Again, these are really deep pans. I know I think I said, I don't think I said that this month, but I did definitely say that in my last update. These are some deep pans. So I definitely have my work cut out for me, but I don't think it's anything that I can't handle. Then there is Buck, which Buck is the first shade that I have not reached my goal of 6 uses on this past month. Buck, I only reached 5 uses on it, but this is the shade that I kind of was backburning a little bit until I hit my goal on Naked. And since I have officially hit pan on Naked, I can start focusing my use on Buck, and that just is, I think, is going to work better for me. So Buck had 15 uses going into this past update and 5 uses on this past update, bringing me to a total of 20 uses in the project so far. So I'm excited to see, with more continued focus on that one, how that shade's going to progress going forward. Half Baked is the next one, and Half Baked has 11 uses on the month, making it totaling 25 uses altogether. This is a shade that I primarily use it with my finger, so I know that there's not going to be a lot of noticeable change. I am starting to use it with a brush a little bit, just because I do know that that's going to create more like of an indentation and like actually show more usage, but then the color payoff isn't as great, so it's kind of a toss-up just depending on the look that I'm doing. But I do think that I will definitely see some progress on this throughout the remainder of the year. Obviously, again, it's only the beginning of March or middle of March, but it will definitely take a while because I don't always use a brush with it. Then there's Smog, and Smog, as I mentioned, I believe is was my like focus shade, where my goal was to use it 15 times. I did use it 12 times, so I was very close, but I did not make that goal. But Smog now has 19 uses in total. Similar to Half Baked, a lot of times I do use it with my finger, but I have been trying to slowly transition into using it with a brush. But again, it's just a very different look. You know, using it with my finger comes off more impactful and, you know, with a little bit more of a pow, whereas using it with a brush, it's a very much diffused sort of a deal. So it really does just depend on what I'm going for. Dark Horse is next. Dark Horse did make it 6 uses, bringing me, by hitting exactly 6 uses, bringing me to 10 uses on it in total. This is something that I primarily will use with a liner brush and just do my upper lash line. It looks a little funky. I definitely think I accidentally got some makeup remover in there because it's kind of hard panning the slightest bit, but nothing that I can't just like scrape away, if I'm being completely honest, so I'm not going to stress about it. But there is not a ton of use on it at this point in time, but again, it's going to be like a very, very defined marking, so I'm not too concerned about it yet. Where's my water? My throat hurts. Up next we have the shade Toasted, and Toasted is a very like pink toned copper sort of a deal. Toasted did not see a lot of love this past month and only received 2 uses in total, bringing me to a total of 25 uses for the month. So I don't think there's a lot of visible progress. I mean, you can tell me, and I guess once I'm editing this I will be able to tell you as well, but as of right now I can't notice anything, so we'll see how that goes. Similar vein, Hustle is the next shade, and Hustle only got 3 uses this month. Is similar to Dark Horse. I tend to just use it as like a liner shade. Occasionally I will throw it on my outer corner if I'm using Toasted, but not often. But I also didn't use Toasted very often this month, so you know, there's that. But yeah, only 3 uses in total, bringing me to 3 uses this month, bringing me a total of 14 uses. So again, not a lot of visual progress, but I do think that line might be slightly more defined, but again, with only 3 uses, who's really to say? Then there's Creep, and Creep only had 7 uses this month. I used it 22 times last month, but I kind of decided that I wanted to shift my focus more into like Smog and Dark Horse, and I obviously didn't really kill it with that idea. But Creep got 7 uses, bringing me to 29 in total, and I definitely have a very deep pan going on. It hasn't hit pan yet, but there's some depth to that one. So I can see that coming sometime in the next couple months easily. And then lastly is Gunmetal, and last month I had no update on Gunmetal because I used it 0 times, and this month I also used Gunmetal 0 times. So I am kind of envisioning Gunmetal as using it similar to Creep. It's a very, very like silver gray tone, and I just can't really see myself using that on my eyes, but I can see myself using it as a liner. So again, similar to like how once I finished up with Naked and hit pan on that, I was able to transition to Buck. I think once I hit pan on Creep, I can transition into Gunmetal. So there is that. Again, this is what it looks like as of right now. So hopefully we will continue to just make some progress and be able to track that along the way. But yes, I think that this upcoming month, trying to decide like if I actually think the focus shades are helpful to me, because I kind of don't think that they are. So I don't think I want to do like a focus shade in particular. However, I do want to try to use every single shade. Let's go for 8 times. Again, I know I said 6 last time and that didn't work out, but let's try for 8 times. 8 uses on every shade this month, and just kind of see how that goes as I can kind of figure it out. So that is my plan. If this is a project that you are interested in continuing following along with, I hope that you choose to do so. Please also check out my makeup project pan, my non-makeup project pan, the remainder of this playlist, everything like that I have it linked up in the cards. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Did I appreciate it? A thumbs up down below, leave a comment if you feel inclined to do so. If you want to see more of me in the future, go ahead and subscribe down below as well. With that being said, we'll figure out where you are, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!